years of my career, I was discredited because of my age and the amount of time I spent in the sport. But I think there's honestly a vast group of people that are wrestling fans that have no idea that when I was on the independent circuit, I was driving 12 hours, 4 times a week to wrestle in front of 20 people with 20 freaking teeth combined, and I earned my spot. And sure, it might not have taken me as long as some of the guys that were sunning me that were, let's be honest, never was 30 milers. But I earned my spot. I don't care that I'm 27. I've been doing this now for almost 10 years, and while it might have only be 10 years, I study this sport ad nauseum, and I respect this sport so much. I won't say more than anybody else, because when you look at the show tonight, you know that this locker room respects the sport. But the reason that I did that is because I faced that adversity so much, not just from wrestlers, but from fans, because they're like, oh, this kid's a little, I am young. I absolutely am young. But I study this sport ad nauseum. I like to believe I understand this sport, and it is my goal to go down not just as the greatest AEW world champion of all time, but it's my goal to go down as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And to top it off, one of the Creative Pro Wrestling students contacted me and said that a guy on an independent card he was with was bullying him and saying, what do you know? Who are you? I've been doing this for 20 years. Yeah, you've been doing it for 20 years in a gym. How about cut that kid some slack and don't bully him? And also, by the way, the guy's like a 30 miler, like literally only wrestles once every like 4 months, but pretends he was a veteran. I'm not gonna name names. The bottom line is this: not just this sport, but in every line of work, I feel like ageism isn't just for elderly, it's also for young people. There are a lot of young journalists in this room that I am very positive face a lot of, well, what do you know? How long have you been a journalist? How long was Michael Jordan in the NBA before he was one of the greatest basketball players of all time? How long was Maxwell Jacob Friedman on national television before he was one of the best professional wrestlers of all time? That is my goal. That is what I strive for. That's why I made that tweet. Sorry for the really long rant.